Hello everybody, I'm Agnel Angle, and since we have just finished off the second case in the first game, we should play the escapade episode that accompanies it. If you're for some reason watching this instead of watching the actual series, this has spoilers for the first two cases, so don't watch this without watching those. I don't know why you would, but just in case. Alright, let's get into it. This should be a short video. It's almost 2 weeks now since we left Japan. Can't believe how quickly time has gone. I think this was my voice. So, our next port of call will be in Shanghai. Who's there? Who could it be at this hour? A detective? A detective? Who? I feel like that's a setup to a knock-knock joke, but I can't think of one. Detective who? A great detective! And then that's it. I literally called it! A great detective! I don't get it. What's a great detective? If you would just be so kind as to open the door. Oh, yes, sorry. Of course. Gosh, their voices are similar. Hi, Shams! Something wrong, detective. Are you investigating a case? Wherever a great detective goes, great cases occur. Indeed, I am the root of all evil. Of course he is. Sorry. Then I don't think I want you in my cabin. Right? Under our very noses on this steamship, a terrible theft has just occurred. What? You noticed, I presume, the brief power failure a short while ago? Oh yes, the power couldn't have been out for more than 10 minutes, though. Indeed, yet that was ample time for this wicked crime to be perpetrated. I see. Well, clearly it's a case that needs investigating. Precisely. The culprit ran away in this direction, down the first-class cabin passageway here. Really? The thief came this way? I'm quite sure of it. It may have escaped the attention of the dim-witted crew, but not of the great detective, thanks, Shams. To that end, I would be obliged if you would allow me to investigate here in this cabin. Well... How curious. Is there some reason why it would inconvenience you to have your cabin searched? Inconvenience me? Well, I'd be lying if I said no. After all, there's a stowaway in that wardrobe over there. It's Could you make yourself look any more suspicious? It's just me in here, you see, no one else. So you might perhaps want to focus your attention on one of the other first-class cabins. As it happens, you are the only first-class passenger at present. The other cabin is vacant, so there's only one. Oh. Shit. Did that rather tragic rumbling of the stomach arise from within you, my good fellow? Of course. Of course, as I said, I'm the only person in here. It's not long until dinner time now, so perhaps we could do this afterwards. I do apologize, sir, but it is of the first importance that the investigation is not delayed. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait, where did he go? How did he suddenly move all the way over there? Yes, without a doubt. If the culprit were to be hiding in this cabin, it would have to be inside this wardrobe. I shall need to examine this wardrobe thoroughly. I presume you have no objection? I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to decline. Really, you won't find any... I swear. Ryunosuke! Did those two rather tragic sneezes arise from your good self? Of course they did! As I said, I'm the only person in here. You have a curious knack of talking while sneezing, then. Twice, no less. This is going to be a tough one to argue. I was watching you quite intently, sir, and I assure you I saw no signs of a sneeze. couldn't Ryunosuke have held his nose, right? As I was saying, I shall need to examine this wardrobe. Well, you've had it now then. Game's up. Nobody hiding in there, it seems. What? Kazuma. Kazuma, you've given it away now. You seem surprised. No, not at all. Yes, I am. He was in there for sure. I shut the doors on him myself. Oh. More visitors? Who's this now? Excusing me. Oh, Seaman Stroganov. Sorry for disturbing, but crime has been committed on board ship. Yes, I heard. A terrible theft, apparently. How do you know this? Oh, well, the detective here just informed me, you see. Detective? Yes, I assumed you must have asked him to investigate. Detective, could you? He's gone. Where'd he go? There was a gas leak. He's tripping right now. I must ask you to cooperate with investigation into this crime, fully. Oh, he's glaring at the wardrobe already. Well, you know he's not in there, so what does it matter? Ah! Well done! You found me! What are you doing hiding in my wardrobe? My good man, I was merely assessing the practicality of concealment in such a place. Yeah. And I would say that at a push, a human could survive for up to 5 minutes in that cramped space. Ryunosuke's been in there for a fortnight. Is he not human? No, he's not. Who are you? Shh! This is the moment of truth. I love that he just shushes people. It's so funny. The great detective is about to unveil the sordid details of this wretched crime. You mean to say... Yes, there can be no doubt that the culprit of this terrible theft did indeed conceal himself within this wardrobe. What? but that's impossible. He couldn't have done. Because my best friend was in there the entire time. Or at least I thought he was. How can you be sure of this? Elementary, my dear fellow. The criminal left behind the most revealing evidence. How else could you explain these 3 bones? He's decayed already? To that point? Ah! What the... He's right. Look at those gnawed bones in there. They're gnawed? And 3 of them. Ah! The criminal has escaped this time, but I will find him and crush him. Could I ask you something, detective? Why, yes, of course. I'm always delighted to answer an inquiring mind. In this terrible theft, what exactly was stolen? Aha! What else? But some steaks on the rib bone. Huh? Did you say steaks on the rib bone? For this evening's dinner, three rib steaks were stolen from ship's kitchen only short time ago. There was a malfunction with generator and ship was without lights for 10 minutes. Chef who saw criminals said that he ran away down first-class passageway. And now I am on his tail. I'm afraid to say, dear fellow, that your man is no longer in this cabin. But how? You're gonna trust this guy with the little fancy goggles? Through the cabin door, no less. Having devoured his hole in this wardrobe, the culprit discarded the bones and concealed himself behind the cabin door as you came inside. What? Then, when attention was turned to the wardrobe, he seized his chance to escape through the open door. What? Right? Make haste, my good man, after the culprit. I shall follow presently. Something troubles you, sir. I think maybe criminal is not running away at all. What are you suggesting? Now I know where the dog is buried, Mr. Asogi. Me? Da! When I think that you are culprit, everything is falling in places. Oh, I love it. The criminals that disappeared in first-class passageway, the bones in the wardrobe. All clues are pointing their fingers at you. Don't be ridiculous. I would never. Yes, of course. I established at once that you couldn't be the perpetrator of this crime. You did? Why? How are you so sure? My dear fellow, there are but two things in this world on which one can rely with total certainty. What two things? The first is the word of a great detective. Okay. And the second... How did he know? The second is the tragic rumbling of an empty belly. And then they play his theme song. Ah, not again. When I first entered this cabin, there did arise from this gentleman a belly rumbling so odiously tragic that it confirmed beyond all doubt that the man had not eaten a single rib steak in some time, let alone 3. Is he just, like, pushing his foot against the floorboard? Like, why do I have to suffer this humiliation when I've done nothing wrong? You have been, hiding a stowaway, but... Curses! I will catch this thief! He cannot have gone far! Indeed, assuming he decided against a post-meal constitutional swim. Oh, that's good. Well, if you will excuse me now, my apologies for upsetting your evening. Detective, one moment, please. Yes? That was a most remarkable deduction. Perhaps you'd be kind enough to tell me your name? Ah, it quite slipped my mind. Your name? You have been talking with the one and only Sherlock Sholmes. I see. Well, I'm Kazuma Sogi. I'm a student on my way to Great Britain. I didn't ask. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Mr. Sogi. Oh, and before I forget. Yes. I feel I should warn you. Live cargo is strictly forbidden on this vessel. So you would do well to conceal the stowaway currently lying low under your bed as carefully as possible. Oh, under the bed? I bid you farewell then, Mr. Asogi. So he didn't even need the goggles to know that Ryunosuke was in that wardrobe. He's uncovered our secret. I suppose I should have expected nothing less of a great detective. Now then. When did you move in under the bed? I thought we'd had it when he opened that wardrobe door. Ah, well, it was thanks to that split-second chance you engineered. That I what? You distracted him for a moment, remember? When you suggested that he investigated the other cabins instead. Oh yes, he turned to look towards the corridor, didn't he? Well, I couldn't see what he was doing, of course. But I thought to myself, it's now or never, and the next thing I knew, I was under the bed. You really know how to give me a scare, don't you? And the sneezing? Anyway, what's all this about the rib steaks, huh? Oh, sorry about that. I've just been so hungry. Kazuma's been eating just as much as you have, and also, Kazuma's a little bit bigger. Like, he needs more, and, like, he's gotta be hungrier than you are, man. Ever since we left Japan, stuck in that tiny wardrobe. Well, you should know. You've been splitting all your meals with me. You must be starving too, surely. That's why when I stole it, I didn't save anything for you. Right on cue. And there was that power cut before, wasn't there? For about 10 minutes. So it was then. I don't know how I wasn't paying... Was I taking a nap? Like, I don't... Why wasn't I paying attention? I caught a whiff of the most delicious smell from inside the wardrobe through the watertight door. I guess there's ventilators, but they only connect to the other cabin. The other cabin's door had to be open. I thought to myself, it's now or never. Next thing I knew, I had the steak in my hands. This man just can't help getting himself into trouble. Well, alright, you were hungry, but 3 steaks? Thanks to you, 3 crewmen are going to go without tonight, I imagine. I doubt that they do their calculations so strict. Like, if somebody drops it, you're just screwed. Like, I feel like they make extra. No, it was just the one. And wouldn't they be able to make extra? And like, even, at least every once in a while, Kazuma orders extras so that they can both have something. Because, yeah, doing it every night will be suspicious. But like, I feel like you could. I feel like they would definitely milk their money for that. Like, oh, I want to order seconds. But, that's just me. What? I only took 1 rib steak from the kitchen, that's all. But, I don't understand. Hey, I'm not that selfish. If I'd stolen 3 steaks, I'd at least have tossed 1 your way. Not your pet dog. If anything, you're my pet dog. And pets aren't allowed on this ship. Well, in that case, who stole the other 2? Ah! Do you think... Could there be a ghost on board? Ryunosuke, I swear. A meat-loving ghost? Oh, bless him. There could only have been a single bone in the wardrobe when Ryunosuke moved to hide under the bed. Which means that the other 2 bones can only have been put there by one very flesh and blood person. That's so funny. Oh. Oh, hi, Kazuma. What's so funny? We're on a haunted ghost ship! Great detective or great mischief maker. Both. Either way, I think I'd like to spend a little more time getting to know that man. Aw, Kazuma, I'm so sorry. The Great Airlock Sholmes. Oh, it's so sad. And he never got to. That's so sad. I hate this. This sucks. Worst video game ever. Thank you so much for watching. Hit a like and subscribe for me, please, if you would like to. It helps me a lot. I very much appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see ya in whatever video I post next. Goodbye.